Welcome to Hardin County Extension today. My name is Chandra Doremus, and I work with Cooperative Extension for Kentucky State University. And today we're going to be talking about using the air fryer to create some nutritious meals. And I'm also going to show you how to make some strawberry skewers with pineapples. And we're going to be featuring our bird's eye meal with the Swanson broccoli fries. And we'll get started today. So I'm going to be using the air fryer today, and this is a 4.2 quart liter size. So this is primarily for family meals, and if you have a big group of people that you're serving food for. And today we're going to be using the bird's eye broccoli fries, and we're going to use a little bit of this Pam cooking spray, and we're going to heat the oven up here, our little air fryer. And just to let you know, this is supposed to use less cooking oil, and it's supposed to be a lot healthier for you. So if you haven't considered buying the new air fryer, this size is a little bit bigger than the average size. Usually the quart size is a little bit smaller, so you only have 1 to 2 servings that you'll get. And I can show you here, the actual plate of it is actually pretty big. And once I put the food in, the directions instructed me specifically not to fill to the top. So you want to think about that as you're loading your food in. The other thing, on some of the features, they have an actual push button. This one does not have a push button. Some also has electronic controls. This one does not. It has the controls on the top. And so when you turn it on, it kind of makes like a loud noise. And you have pretty much, you put it on a timer. We're going to put ours on about 15 minutes, about 350. And those were the instructions. They have you a little instruction booklet, and it gives you a time and temperature to put whatever you're cooking on. So that way you don't overheat or overcook something. So in just a few minutes here, I'm going to go ahead and spray us down with the Pam. And this is my first time using the unit, and just as a side note, they said that there would be a little bit of smoking, so just don't get concerned if it smokes just a little bit. The other thing is, it says do not immerse the whole machine in water, because that would be an electronic kind of electrical shock warning there. So make sure you don't immerse this whole machine in water. To clean it, all you would have to do is remove this bottom half like I did so, pull it out, and wash the inside unit after we actually utilize it with the broccoli fries. So you want to be mindful of that. So I'm going to go ahead and insert the broccoli fries here. And this is Nutritious cooking, so I noticed I didn't use any actual oil. So I'm just going to dump the fries in here, and we're just going to let those go ahead and start cooking for a few minutes. And so one thing to note about our nutritious snack we have here with the bird's eye broccoli fries, I have a nutrition label here. I printed it out, and it has 21 grams of carbs, has 290 milligrams of sodium. Now, if you have someone who has high blood pressure, diabetes, this is going to be really important. Also, it has 0.16 milligrams of iron, 160 milligrams of potassium. So it's going to provide a pretty good amount of energy for you. The carbs is kind of high for somebody who's diabetic. If you're diabetic, you do have to watch your carb limits throughout the day. So this may be a little bit too much on your carb count. I would recommend, if you are going to eat them and you have diabetes, to only eat about 3 or 4, so that throughout the day you can use some of your carbs for a more healthier, or not healthier, but a much bigger meal than just broccoli fries. Like I said, I recommend this for kids because they love eating fries. It's something quick that you can do in the summertime, something handy, something they can pick up with their own hands. And so, like I said, we're waiting on it to get finished. And while that's cooking, I have already started preparing our strawberry and pineapple kebabs, and those are some really good treats for kids. You can put them on little sticks, and you can put them on little toothpicks, and it's a very colorful fruit. And the best thing about it is kids can actually help you make them. It's super easy. All you have to do is cut off the ends of the strawberries and pretty much just stick the little strawberries through the little skewer or the little stick, and you have a nice little treat. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later after we get finished with the broccoli fries, and we're just going to take a little break. All right, well, back with our pineapples and strawberries. And so we're going to be doing some strawberry and pineapple skewers today. And this usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes. And it's a very light fruit that you can enjoy with your family. You can use your kids. You guys can make this kind of a summer treat, something that they can fix on their own, or you can do it together. So I have what I actually used in our little recipe here, and it typically just uses your strawberries and pineapples. And so I purchased some pineapple chunks from Kroger, and one little can of this, if you're going to get the Kroger brand, typically runs about $1.50 with tax. Now they do have the other brands like the Dole, which usually run about $2, and the nutrition facts are about the same for it. For this one, pretty much you're going to get high amounts of vitamin C at 20%, and you're going to get 2% of iron, and it has 10 milligrams of sodium. Total carbs is 17 grams, and you have about amount per serving, it's about a half a cup. So I only use half a cup for this presentation. On the strawberries, I use one carton, or one small half of a carton of strawberries, and I actually took the strawberries and I cut the little green half off. And this is a personal decision here. You can either cut the strawberry in half, or you can leave it whole. I mostly, for the most part, just for presentation reasons, I kept the strawberry whole. But if you have a lot of kids that you're feeding, for the price of the strawberries, you might want to cut them in half. I would highly recommend that just because of the cost. For original cost on one little half carton or a little bunch of your strawberries is $5. Fortunately, yesterday I was able to get these for $2.50. I didn't realize that until I got to the register. It was a very, very good moment for me. So, as far as your pineapple chunks, when you're using a whole pineapple that is actually a pineapple, you can get the benefit of having that fresh fruit. You will have to just probably use one half of the pineapple, which you'll start by cutting it in half. Then you will have to take off the jagged edges of the pineapple and use it in that way. Now, what I would recommend also is that you go ahead and purchase your wooden skewers, which I have here with the strawberries and pineapples already on them. Also, I would recommend purchasing toothpicks, but I recommend purchasing some colorful toothpicks because it's going to be a little bit more colorful, and it's going to get your kids more interested in eating fruits, because kids tend to be, some of them, especially if they're a taller age or between the ages of 5 to 10, they may not want to eat fruits or vegetables right off the top. So you want to encourage them to eat more fruits and vegetables. So the way you're going to do that is you use it as the fruits as finger foods, and it will allow them to pick up the fruit themselves with the use of the toothpick. And what you will do with your toothpick is you will put it in the center of the pineapple chunk, and you will allow them to actually eat it themselves, and they'll feel like they're more in control. And then that way you kind of introduce the fruit, or introduce them into eating fruits, and it's going to be something that's very nutritious for them, and it also has that sweet taste that they are used to with drinking fruit juices and a lot of the Capri Suns and things of that nature. But it's a different kind of fruit. It's more of a natural fruit, so their body will be a lot easier for them to digest, and it won't be as high calories as some of your ice creams and some of your shakes and things of that nature. Also, some of your chocolate bars, things that kids are more likely or amped to ask for. So this is just going to be something that you could give them as an option so that they won't gain too much weight over the summer by eating things that aren't as nutritious and healthy for them. Like I mentioned before, the sugars in these are going to be a lot healthier. Now, in terms of if you're on the go, if you're on the go mom, on the go dad, and you're always with your kids, you got soccer practice, you got football practice, you might want to use, I would recommend using these as takeaways or as your little carriers for your fruit. And what you would do is you literally would just put the fruit in one of these little containers and use the top, twist it on, and it doesn't pour out. You don't have to worry about it spilling on your car seat. You don't have to worry about that. You can actually put it in a lunch bag that zips up. Then you really won't have to worry about it. It'll be pretty much leak proof and spill proof. And also, if your kid happens to deal with it themselves, it's just something that's very small. They could probably get the top off themselves without your help. So that's something that I would recommend for you to use as far as storing your fruit. Now, I have already prepared the strawberry and pineapple skewers prior to this presentation. As you can see here, I used more of a half of the fruit kebabs, or created little kebabs. And like I said, they're a nice little, easy little dish that you can create, nice little fruit. And here I used the whole strawberry. On the one on the top, just it seems to be a little bit extremely big and top heavy. But like I said, this is gonna be very sweet. But at the same time, the strawberry is gonna have a little bit of that tartness. So it's gonna be still nutritious for your kids and very easy to handle. So over here, I have the little toothpicks with the little pineapple chunks on them. And look how tiny it is. I mean, look how small and cute. I mean, the kids are just gonna love this because it's so cute and it's so nutritious. I think they're gonna love it. So with that being said, I think I've shown you all the things that we've done with our strawberry and pineapple skewers today. Now we're gonna see how our broccoli fries turned out. Hi, we're back with the Hardin County Extension today, and we're going through some food options that we're cooking in the Air Daddy today. And we cooked some broccoli fries, and now they are done. So I'm gonna go through and go ahead and open up our little bin here. And oh my gosh, look how wonderful these turned out. So if you can, as you can see there, they turned out pretty crispy, no grease. And we're gonna put it on a little paper towel here. And we're gonna go ahead and get these out. And I think that this is gonna be a nutritious little treat for us here. And oh, they're really crispy. And as you can see, the reason why I'm putting it on these paper towels is I want you to see that there is no grease. Hey, like that, right? So, and this is broccoli. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? The bird's eye also has a cauliflower variety version. And man, I tell you, it is very, very nutritious. It's good. Has about the same amount of potassium as the broccoli. And I keep talking about potassium because potassium gives you a lot of energy. So it helps you throughout the day. You don't have to drink all those energy drinks, and it's healthy. So why not eat it? So this is gonna be something that I recommend instead of eating French fries at McDonald's, Wendy's, wherever. Not trying to talk down on the fast food restaurants. However, the calorie amount of eating, say, 10 of these versus eating 10 fries from McDonald's, you got to think that's more saturated fats. It's more not healthy for you. So this way, you get to eat good and you're healthy. So, sorry about that. So, hopefully, you have learned some nutritious tips from me today, and you will actually utilize some of these tips on this summer, and you and your family can have some nutritious treats. I would just recommend, in terms of cleaning the Air Daddy, like I said before, just take your unit out and just wash that part out. You don't have to wash this at all. Now, if you get something down on the inside of the plate or something, just use a rag with warm water and dishwashing liquid and clean it. And I recommend also putting on these little mittens like I have, because for safety reasons, the handle is really not that hot. It's only warm. However, with kids, I don't want you to burn your hand or for it to be too warm for you. So that's why I recommend using the mittens. And make sure your unit is turned off. Typically, it will turn off by itself. However, if you were to open it and take out something early, you will have to manually shut the unit down. And how you would do that is turn your dial counterclockwise to the 0 on your time side. You don't have to change your dial on the temperature. You only can keep the temperature where it is currently located. And that's how you would shut the unit off. I would recommend allowing the unit to cool at least 30 to 45 minutes. I also would not recommend putting it inside of your car close to any plastic because the unit is still fairly warm. It is not hot. However, if you do have to travel with it, like I said, give it at least 10 to 15 minutes if you're on the go and you have somewhere to be. But if you can, wait that 30 to 45 minutes to let it completely cool down and then move the unit to your car, maybe inside of a box or something more mobile to the point where you won't drop anything. And that's all I would recommend in terms of cleaning and moving the unit after you have just used it. And as far as your snacks go, I decided to do broccoli fries. However, this unit can cook chicken, pork chops, steak, muffins, fish, anything. So if you have some other things that you want to try in it, go ahead, and it's going to come out just as good as our broccoli fries did, and it's going to be tasty. So that's all I have for you today, and I hope you enjoyed this session with me. Thanks for joining us for Hardin County Extension today. Today we went over a couple of nutritious snacks and things of that nature, and I hope you would join us for further calendar events later on in the month, and I hope to see you then.